Starting this Thursday, December 21st, Apple will no longer sell the Ultra 2 or the Series 9 on apple.com. And after the 24th of December, Apple will no longer sell these watches also in their retail stores. This is the biggest news that has hit the Apple Watch since its release. You may think that this is some kind of clickbait video, but it is not. There is this company called Mossimo. They are a medical tech company, and they have some patents over one of the features that is built into the Apple Watch. And they recently won like a lawsuit with the International Trade Commission over Apple, and that has given them the ability to make Apple no longer be able to just import the Apple Watches into the US or even sell them in their stores. So the feature in question that gives Mossimo this ability is with the blood oxygen sensor. If you don't know what that is, it is built into the Apple Watch. It's been there since the Series 7, and this lawsuit stuff has been going on for a while now. It's just back in October, there was finally a ruling in favor of the Mossimo company, and now they're holding that over Apple, probably trying to leverage some more money off of Apple, and that's why Apple's kind of fighting back by removing these watches from their stores. There's a chance you may not even have ever used this feature. It is an app. It was kind of big during 2020. That's when it kind of originally came out. But it's kind of like those little finger things that you put on your finger to test your blood oxygen levels, but it does it from the watch. It does it in the background. If you've ever seen a red light behind your watch, that's what it's doing during those times. I've had multiple people in my family and friend set that have asked me, why is it red behind my watch every once in a while? But to do it, you can. There is also an app that you can just kind of open up. You basically just open it up, hit the start button, just hold as still as possible. They recommend probably just putting your hand on the top of a desk or top of a table just to hold it as still as possible. And then it will tell you your blood oxygen level. You want your blood oxygen to probably be above 96, maybe even higher than that. But I know usually my readings are like 98 to 100. Now, there's been a lot of dispute over this feature on the watch since its debut of how accurate it is compared to better measurement options. It's just this extra little feature that they added in there at pretty much the perfect timing when people really cared about something like this during COVID, because that's when you really needed it. But something in there that Apple is doing, this Mossimo company has patents on, that it's similar enough that they've been able to convince the ITC into ruling in their favor. Now, Apple does not believe, they believe this should be overruled. They are pushing the Biden administration should be getting involved, but they've been kind of slow footing it, hoping that these two companies kind of just settle out of court. But Apple's not willing to do that, and they're trying to force the Biden administration to make a ruling. Based on the 9 to 5 website article about this, Apple sees things differently and are arguing that the ITC finding was unfounded and should be reversed. The company has outlined multiple reasons why it believes the Biden administration should step in and veto this ruling. Biden has the ability to veto this ruling, but that deadline is coming up. So I believe it's the 26th. If Biden administration does not get involved, then Apple can go through a process of fighting it and trying to overrule it themselves. But in that meantime, they do have to stop selling and importing the devices into the US. And this is major. Like, Apple has never, that I know of, have to remove a device that is so new from their store like this before. Like, the app, this is crazy. And I'd love to get your guys' input. Have you followed this at all? What's your thoughts on this? Is this like big company trying to overrule like a smaller tech medical company? Or is this like a small medical tech company trying to take advantage of a big company to get more money? Because it's all happening. Like, I feel like there's no winning side to this argument. It seems like this medical company may have enough patent info that matches Apple's just enough to get the ITC to at least rule in their favor. But now, since they've won that, there's a really good chance that they've upped the price of what they want from Apple. And Apple's just like, no, we're not going to do that. So I would love to hear your thoughts on all this. Leave a comment down below. What do you think the next steps should be? Like, personally, like, there's a few things that I think Apple could do. One, they could just, pay up. They could just say, okay, fine, here's the money. It's not like Apple doesn't have the money to probably pay whatever they're asking. But there's another step. They could actually remove this feature from all future Apple Watches. Now, that would not be easy. It would be kind of cumbersome. They'd have to remove it from their website. And the old watches technically can still have the feature. So anybody that has a watch now are fine to continue using this feature, but all new sold watches technically can't have this feature anymore. I mean, so Apple could just remove the app, remove the feature from the watches and still sell them. But either way, it's going to take a little bit of time there. There's going to be this time when in the US, you are not going to be able to buy a new Apple Watch other than the SE2. The SE2 doesn't have this feature, so it is not affected at all. So they can still keep selling those throughout the holiday season and into the new year. But for right now, Apple's in this limbo set, and I'm going to keep up with this story and keep you all updated. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.